Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's going on, people? What is happening? Happy Thursday to you. Glad you could join in. Welcome to Pro Fan Talk. My name is Marcus Thomas. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And man, you would think that even now, the lull after camps, waiting for preseason to start, you're in the middle of baseball, and man, we just keep it going. What's going on, Vince? What's going on, Amanda? Um, I mean, straight out of the box. This happened about 45 minutes ago. Let's just get it popping. Breaking news: PJ Tucker, we got him, and I guess that's Danwell House. But the big news: PJ Tucker, 3 years, 33.2 million guaranteed. That's huge. That's huge. So I guess Daryl Morey uh, saw the Eagles, Howie, making all the moves, and Daryl Morey was like, "Hold my beer." So I mean, it's wow. So who's gonna be? We got some moving and shaking, man. We got some moving and shaking. Amanda, do you think he'd be in the All Star game? Amanda, who you talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about Bryce. Amanda, uh, what's up, TK? I don't know. That's a good question. They might make him a sentimental in, or I mean, I've seen people get voted in, but have it before I say that. Like people who get voted in, obviously they can't play, but they get the popular vote. So, I mean, and yeah, Bryce Harper. I mean, Bryce was balling. What's up, Camden? Um, I would like to see him get in just as like just to get the honor. He should have got in last year. I don't think he got in last year. He should have, or no, he should have won the MVP last year. Or did he? Gotta look at my stats. But in any case, he might be in there. He might get voted in. Um, I'm very curious to see what the timetable is on his thumb. What they tell you and what you can actually do are two totally different things. So it'll be interesting. What's up, grandson? Appreciate you, love you. Um, it will be uh, it'll be fun to see, fun to watch. I was very angry when I saw what happened. I was watching the game, so I actually saw it when it happened. I'm just now getting to the point where I want to see certain people play. Um, I did a thing we'll get into a little bit later. I came up with a top five. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I have the top five athletes who I consider must see TV. Not your favorite athlete of all time. I'm talking about right now in any sport. I don't care what sport it is: golf, hockey, football, tennis, basketball, whatever's going on right now. Who is the person where if you're flipping channels and they're on the screen, you're going to stop and watch them? So that's what I consider my top five must see TV, and Bryce Harper was in that list. So I was sad to see him go down. It was upsetting. It was frustrating because you know how good he was, and we were finally on the up. The bats had heated up, and we knew what was going on, and we were ready for him to just continue to take that next step. And it was just like, oh, that hurt my feelings, man. Dang, that hurt my feelings because I watched this play. I was trying to get the video clip of this when he got hit. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I at first I thought it broke his pinky the way it looked, but then because when he was on the ground, I could have swore at least it looked like maybe he was just the way he was holding it. And hey, Sarah, um, it looked like he pulled his thumb out like it was dislocated, like he pulled it, like to pop it back in place. So he could have been popping the brake back or something like that. But that Joker was in some pain, man. Woof, he was in some pain. So it sucks. I know I saw how pissed he was, and like I saw people booing him. I was like, y'all don't understand how you would feel in a situation like that. And it's a shame. Especially when he said he would have rather got hit in the face rather than the hand. I'm not sure about that, but I understand it. Because if you get hit in the face, you can shake it off. You get hit in the hand, you can't hold it back. There's a big difference. So hopefully he'll be back when the Phillies make it to the playoffs. Schwarber picking up the pace. He got to pick up the slack. Castellanos, he's been playing like dog crap. He got to pick up the slack. Bryson Stott can't be a rookie no more. You got to pick up the slack. We got some guys that can do what they got to do to cover that. So we just need him to step up. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, man. So he was that's a lot of production that just walks away. That's sitting on the bench. That's a lot of production. So I know Kyle Schwarber has been swinging the bat like crazy, and we need him to keep swinging the bat. Reese Hoskins got to wake it up. Bohm's got to wake it up. I mean, everybody. JT. It's like, come on, man. We got to, I mean, how much do you expect from Adubo Herrera? But at the end of the day, everybody's got to wake it up. Everybody's got to pick up the slack for us to get to where we need to go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, brother. And then, of course, the next breaking news, I'm going to give him the big screen. Daryl Morey, in his continue to make Houston Rockets East, is making more moves. Like I said earlier, he looked at Howie Roseman and was like, hold my beer. He basically said, hold my beer. And he been moving and shaking. The first deal was Harden not opting in so he can restructure his contract to give us some breathing room to sign some of these guys that are available. Now we kind of see the whole picture. So clearly this stuff was going on, and Harden, I'm going to guess, knew what was going on. And props to Daryl Morey for talking him into it. For him, at least talking him into the fact that he can see, he can see the forest for the trees and looking at the big picture. Because James Harden has got to see where his career is headed. Because if I'm correct, Harden has not won a title yet. Kyrie did. KD did. But he has not. So he understands where he is in his career, I think. At least that's what it looks like. So, and I heard something today, they were talking on the radio about Harden's his stamina and him being in shape during the season. And somebody brought up a good point, like the last couple years, he was coming off the hamstring issues. And every time in the offseason, he's getting treatment on that hamstring. So when it comes time to get back in shape, he's rehabbing, not getting himself in shape. That's why he looked a little soft. And I was like, okay, that's a legitimate reason. I can see that. There's a difference between rehabbing and getting yourself in shape. When you're rehabbing, you're concentrating on one thing. You can't really go full tilt and do the stuff you want to do because you don't want to re-aggravate whatever it is you're rehabbing. So you don't put forth, you don't go 100% on your fitness and stuff like that. When you don't have that problem, you getting it all in. So it'll be interesting to see this 22 going into 23, or no, 22 this year. What's going to be his what kind of shape is he going to be in? Now that he does not have to worry about rehabbing a hamstring unless something stupid happens during the offseason. And that could very well happen. Karan, I agree with you, bro. I think I'm looking to get more out of him because now he's a year in. He understands where he understands where he is. He understands what Philadelphia expects from him. Not that he didn't before, but there's something to be said when you get somewhere and you're comfortable in your surroundings. Do we keep Tobias? That's a good question. Can we keep Tobias? And if you get somebody better, you make the trade. Now I keep seeing all the stuff all over the place that that your boy is in the mix. I don't know how true it is, but realistically, I keep seeing the stuff where they're saying realistically 76ers is one of the few teams that are, I guess, legitimately in the hunt for KD. And I'm like, how did that happen? But stranger things have happened, and I wouldn't put it past. I don't put nothing past nobody with these last couple years, with the stuff I've been seeing in the NBA. And wouldn't it be hilarious? Absolutely hilarious. Ben Simmons gets up to Brooklyn and everybody else, there's a mass exodus. That would be hilarious. So it would be Kyrie and Ben Simmons. But no, it wouldn't be Kyrie because Kyrie's getting up out of there. I don't think Kyrie's going to resign. Would you give up Tyrese Maxey for a trade for Kevin Durant? Yes. For Kevin Durant, yes. Maxey is an up-and-coming superstar, but he is not Kevin Durant. So for Kevin Durant, absolutely. I wouldn't. I don't want to because I'm very sentimental to getting somebody young and they start shining for you and you keep them because I want to reward people for hard work. But Maxey's going to be a superstar in this league. So what's going on, Frank? What's up, Charles? It's I would make that trade. I would make that trade, but it's not going to be I don't see that being like a 1-for-1, a straight up trade. Jeremiah, what's up, my dude? I don't see that as a 1-to-1 trade, as a straight up. But I would love to have Durant here. I would love that. And you know what? Not for nothing. I think Philadelphia is the kind of city that Durant would like. Because Durant is not loud. He don't run his mouth too much. He just balls. He don't really say much. He's not a on the town type of dude. He bring his lunch pail to work and he get to work. That's the kind of people that Philadelphia likes. So I can see Kevin Durant doing some things here, you know, and then playing with JoJo. Then maybe JoJo could be a true center. Because if we got Kevin Durant on the perimeter, Joel, we don't need you shooting threes, bro. So we'll see. Yo, Sean, I didn't even think about that, dude. Oh my God, Vince. I did not even think about that. Matter of fact, I forgot. I totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. Partial owner of the Philadelphia Union soccer team. So wow. That's that okay. You got a business venture here in the city, so you can be closer to that business and the resources that you have put into it. That makes sense. That make Chris, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. I would love to see that, man. I would. Oh my God, Philadelphia would lose its collective stuff. That would be really cool. I want to see that. I hope you are right. Um, that would just. Oh my God, the it would bring all the focus on Philadelphia. We getting all the focus from football because everybody's going to be looking at Jalen Hurts to see what he's going to do this year. So we got the NFL world looking here. The baseball, we had the baseball world. The Flyers, everybody's looking at John Tortorella. They're going to see what he's going to do with the Flyers. And now the Sixers are still making moves, and especially after being bounced in the second round 2 years in a row, third time's a charm. And now you got JoJo and James Harden and PJ and a possible KD. That makes us the immediate favorites out of the East with ease. So, hey man, I would love to see that. I want to see what's going to happen. What they say in Django Unchained, you had my interest, now you got my attention. So, oh my God, it is man. I tell you what, man, all eyes on Philly. I like it. I like it, and we still, you know, the where else we at? Where we at? Where we at? Oh, Jalen Hurts back in the news again because it looks like now we got a lot of people talking that the Eagles are gonna give Jalen Hurts a big contract. Technically, it's a big contract, but for a quarterback, not really a big contract. They talking about paying him anywhere between 30 to 40 million or something like that. For a QB, that's not that bad. But I would like to see it because if they do that, that at least gives him another year under center. And in my opinion, the more time this dude has under center, the better. Now, here's the key. If we can keep the offensive coordinator and the offensive scheme, that is the key. Because if it has to go back to learning another offense, then I don't think he's that dude yet. He's been doing it, but it's ridiculously hard to learn an offense. Now you got to bring all your growth to another offense, and you got to learn the ins and outs and all of that kind of stuff. So I would hope that we could keep the same offense and we could keep it moving, but we'll have to see. But I'm glad that people have been impressed with him enough to want to keep him around. At least the people that matter: Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and it can still come to a situation where they get him out of here if he doesn't play up to potential. So that's not out of the realm yet. So Wick, you think so? 11 wins NFC East champs. All right. All right. I'm not giving no predictions until I see what we do in camp. So, but hey, put it out there. I ain't mad at you. Jeremiah, I'm with you, bro. The only thing I want the media to say is, wow, they keep winning. The rest is useless. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. But now it's like the cat's out of the bag now. Because now, with all of the moves that Howie Roseman has been doing off season, now everybody's looking at Philly. Dude, Wick, our O line is stout, dude. I am not worried about our offensive line at all. We got backups across the board. We are good when offense. Yes, we need to stay healthy, but even our backups, I really don't think we have any weak points on our offensive line, at least. So, yes, you are correct. They have to stay healthy, but I think our personnel, specifically on the offensive line, is good enough to pick up any slack. The one thing is that we got to keep Kelsey. We got to keep Kelsey healthy. That's it. His backup is good, but he's not ready yet. So that's if Kelsey stays healthy, we're golden. The center is the quarterback of the offensive line. Center is the most important person on that field, in my opinion. Not the quarterback, but the center. Because if the center don't make the right protection call, Jalen Hurts gonna be eating dirt. So we'll see. Miles Sanders pillow talking. I saw what Miles said. I saw what Nakobe Dean said. I'd be more concerned about Nakobe Dean because you get that rookie exuberance and everybody's excited. But the minute that's like a curse when you get rookies talking about, yeah, I'm gonna win you a couple of Super Bowls while I'm here. It's like, don't even put that stuff out there, dude. Let's just see how you play when you play before you start putting that stuff out there. Because most times for young players, that doesn't always end well, especially when you're a team on the come up. So the last thing you want to do is put your face on another team's bulletin board because you running your mouth. Now, it wasn't, I look at it as like that's some rah-rah stuff that rookies are going to say because they're excited. They know they're going to play. They know they're going to get some play time, and we know that the kid is good. But you still have to see what he's going to do when he's actually on the field. So it's a whole different ball game when it's the real season and you got dudes coming for you. So 7-on-7 don't cut it. So we'll see what happens. Sean, I know Kelsey loves Cam, but that has nothing to do with Cam being ready to step in if he has to. I know he's gonna have him ready, but he's not ready now, is my point. You don't want a rookie to have to make that transition. Not yet. So I want Kelsey on that field as long as he can play. I'm hoping that Kelsey will play out this year, retire, and then be a coach. I want to see Kelsey take over as offensive line coach because I know the one we got. Everybody, I forget his name. Everybody loves him. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL. But I know he's been in the game a long time, and I could definitely like Kelsey has that personality where he would be an excellent coach. So he'll get signed. Jeremiah, he'll get signed. That's just the business. That's just the business of it. They moving money around. I guarantee you he'll get signed. So that stuff doesn't bother me. As he'll be signed before preseason starts. So I'm not even concerned about that. Not even concerned. And here's my top 5. Talked about this earlier. I made a list of my top 5 must-see TV athletes right now. And I said right now, but like this list is obviously going to change because when football season starts, Um, I'm not worried about track and baseball so much. Track will still be running because you can watch stuff over in Europe, but baseball, nah, I'm gonna be out of baseball. But as of right now, A-Thing Moo, Bryce Harper, Sidney McLaughlin, O'Neal Cruz, that dude is crazy. And Shohei Otani is doing some stuff that's just stupid. Otani is playing like little league ball in the big leagues. And it's ridiculous. Otani is that kid when you play little league. There was always a kid that you knew that was the pitcher and could hit home runs and was fast enough to steal bait, like could play any position on the field and could pitch. So they would pitch him, and then when they take him out as a pitcher, they would move him to center field or something like that. Everybody knew a kid like that, and that's what Otani is. Except he's doing that stuff in the big leagues. Last week, I when I put this stuff up, it's probably old now and it's probably changed, but this was a 7-day, the last 7 days, 350 batting average, 464 on base percentage, and a 800 slugging percentage because he hit a 462-foot home run. Like he is doing stupid stuff. So, but these are the guys like you probably heard me say before when the Red Sox was doing their thing. Every time I would turn on the TV, I was looking for David Ortiz. Big Papi was every time I saw him, he did something. He hit a home run or he got a hit with men on base. He was just that dude for a short period of time. Like every time I turn on the TV, he did something. And right now, A-Thing Moo, she's still undefeated. Sidney McLaughlin just broke a world record in the 400-meter hurdles. So every time them two are like, I'm turning the channel. I'm finding them. And Bryce Harper was like, Bryce Harper was that dude, man. Oh, that hurt my feelings when he went down. Man, that hurt my feelings. So this list will continue to change and be updated because it's you're gonna go with what's hot. I don't care if it's golf. I don't care if it's tennis. Um, like you don't go with what's hot. So, but the way we keep going, I'm gonna have to put Daryl Morey on that list in a minute. Good grief, good grief. Oh, this dude right here, George Kittle. George Kittle. Jeremiah, did I play any other sports? Yes. I was originally a baseball player. I started playing baseball when I was 5 years old and was quite good at it. I'm from Cincinnati, so I was playing against Pete Rose Jr. I was playing against Ken Griffey Jr. Um, I was good in baseball, but my natural talent in baseball kind of petered when I got to high school. And then I was a late bloomer in high school when it came to football. So my senior year, I was a running back, but I wasn't the running back. But I did some things and I caught some attention and ended up playing ball at Eastern Kentucky. And then my football career just took off. And then I was at one point, I was the 1AA all-time leading rusher in football. I think I held that title for like maybe 13, 14 years. Some kid from Maine ended up breaking it. And I probably would have still had it if I got hurt one year and only played like 6 games. But I averaged like 6.7 yards a carry, dude. I will tell anybody I could tote that rock, bro. I could tote that rock. Then I came up here, played with Philly, 93, 94. Got cut because they drafted Charlie Garner. Played NFL Europe, won the title with Scotland, played in Canada. And then I finally shut it down in like 97, I think it was. So I'm a baseball and football dude. Yes, my sister says I was a beast, but she was a better athlete than I was. So, but in any case, did y'all see? I think it's called "Bussin' with the Boys" podcast. George Kittle was on there, and he was talking about They asked him about Debo Samuels. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because he said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, whatever Debo decides, no bad blood from me. If he can get more money somewhere else, go for it. Go get yours. And he was highlighting the fact that the careers in NFL are very, very short. Everybody's one play away from $1 million, and everybody's one play away from the end of their career. So if you get yours when you can get yours, I say this all the time. That is why Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, all of these people, like they want to get their money now because you have a very short window of a big payday and they want to take advantage of it. And I don't blame them. So when he said that, he was like, it ain't going to be no love lost. I want to see him back. But if he doesn't come back, I understand. Go get your paper. And the reason why I thought that was interesting was because immediately I think back to the whole T.O. and Donovan situation. And I'm like, if Donovan would have said that about T.O., I believe that whole situation would not have went down the way it would have went down. I believe T.O. would have stayed in Philadelphia at least a little bit longer, and they would have done some things. Like Donovan said, to his credit, they would have broke records together. But obviously, it was such a different time back then. You wasn't supposed to talk about people's money. I'm not sure what T.O. expected from Donovan or what he expected Donovan to say to management. I don't know. You tend to. It was like an unwritten rule. You didn't get into somebody else's money. That's not your business. You stay out of that. Now, all of this stuff is on social media and the way things happen and the way these contracts are going. You saw dude from the Washington, the Commanders. Commanders just signed Laurie. I think that's McLaurie. They just signed him like a $70 million deal. Let me see. Washington. I'm gonna look this up. They just signed Terry McLaurin. He just got paid. I'm gonna look this up. I want to say 71 million. Like clearly, it wasn't like a Devontae or AJ Brown deal, but he got paid, and that just shows you the domino effect of all of these things that's happening. Daryl called nice. First major league home run. Sweet. I love seeing that, man. Plus, I wanted to see that dude that they brought up after 10 years of being in the minors. I wanted to see him pitch. The only losers of the McNabb and T.O. beef are us, the fans. You ain't wrong, dude. You are not wrong. My dad says both me and my sisters were state champions in high school. Yes. Me and all my siblings are state champions. My big sister was a state champion in track. My twin sister won in basketball her junior year. And I won in football my senior year. So, yeah, we did some things. But, yo, check out Bussin' with the Boys and listen to George Kittle. Listen to his comments on Debo Samuels. I thought that was very interesting. And it would have been good. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Don't do nothing but rhyme. But it would have been nice to have had T.O. and Donovan on the same page for a lot longer. That'd have been cool for at least 5-6 years. That'd have been dope. Then I guarantee you there would have been no question if Donovan was a Hall of Famer, because he would have added about 2 to 4,000 more yards on his stats. So, but woulda, coulda, shoulda don't do nothing but rhyme. So now I need to talk about this situation right here. Now I don't know how many of you are track people, but I had to put this up because I wanted to talk about this. Um, Sha'Carri Richardson, as my sister corrects me. Sha'Carri Richardson. This girl, um, she caught the raw deal in the Olympics. That was just straight up wrong. But in any sport, especially sports like track and field, tennis, and to a degree golf. What's up, Brian? Um, when you run your mouth and you are not playing a team sport, it's all on you. And this girl has been running her mouth something awful, and she is getting dusted on the track, and you can't put those two things together. Because let me tell you this, Nike is probably second guessing sponsoring this girl. She got the sponsor after all of the stuff happened with the weed, after her grandmother died, I think it was. And she got the raw deal because the other girl, what's her name? Kamila Valieva, the figure skater over in the Olympics, got busted for doping. The whole team got busted for drugs or whatever, but they let them stay in the Olympics. So there was a whole thing going on with that. Yes, it was. I thought it was had a little bit of racism in it, all of that kind of stuff. But the bottom line was she got the raw deal. She got screwed. So all of the empathy and the sympathy that she had gained because of that situation, she has just blown it up. She just lit it on fire, and she continues to do that because she getting butt hurt when she get beat on the track. Because when you run track and field, you can't really. The only way you can talk smack is if you win it. You can't continue to talk smack when you looking at assholes and elbows. That's how we used to say it back in the day. The only thing you don't see in me is assholes and elbows, which means I'm behind you. And this is what she's been looking like. She all the way in the back. Can't even see her face. And she talking all that smack, and she ain't nowhere near these Jamaican ladies that's putting it down. These Jamaican girls, and Gabby Thomas was like, yeah, don't forget about me. You still can't beat me consistently yet. When it all comes back around, she got to get past what's the girl from Kentucky, Abby Steiner. Abby Steiner putting her thing down, and she's still in college. She shouldn't have. Carrie should not have come out of LSU when she did. She should have stayed in college another year, especially with all of this stuff going on with name, image, likeness. She could have got paid. She should have stayed in college another year. She needed that toolage, and now she's showing her immaturity on the track because you just can't keep talking like that. It's different when nobody likes it. But it's different when you on a team sport. They talk smack in the NBA when you might isolate somebody one-on-one and stuff like that, or you get dunked on and posterized to a degree, but at the end of the day, somebody gonna make a pass and somebody else is gonna hit a shot. Steve Kerr is responsible for Jordan getting a championship ring. So eventually, as good as you are in team sports, you're going to pass it off. Somebody else has to help you. But when you're on that track, when you're on a tennis court, when you're on them links, it's all you. So you got to be careful what you're saying. And I saw I saw the stuff that she put on her last Twitter or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It was either Twitter or TikTok, one of the two. And she was she was in a tent. If you run track and field, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She was in the tent stretching, and it was somebody right behind her on a massage table that was just laying down, but watching her film herself. And she had her legs spread and all that kind of stuff, making vulgar jokes or whatever. And then she said, what she gave her a little speech or whatever, and then she said, I would tell y'all to kiss my ass, but you can't afford it. And then stop the tape. And I was like, wow. Like, why would you, what point would you go into that? But I've also figured out that a lot of these athletes nowadays, their mindset is different because, and again, I'm sounding like the old fogey stogie, like the old get off my lawn dude. But I played in the 80s and 90s when we didn't have social media. Your publicity is if you, for whatever reason, you were in the USA Today, you were in the paper. Now these athletes are more worried about what's happening in social media than what they're doing on the track. That's just the nature of the beast right now, because you can parlay your social media into a nice financial nest egg for yourself if you play your cards right, but you got to play the game. And just like the media, we only worried about the media because after a game, when I was with the Eagles after the game, we would be at our locker and all of the press would come in, men and women. Because remember, back then, it was a big deal when they would let women in the locker room. So we would be fresh off the game. Dudes would be sitting fresh out the shower in nothing on but a towel with like 8 microphones in their face, and you had to deal with them. The flip side of that is when if a reporter was talking bad on you, they had to come see you, because most of the time the reporters, the local reporters, so they're on the beat for the Eagles or the Flyers or the Phillies or the Sixers, whatever. They had to come see you in that locker room at least 3 to 4 times a week. So if they said something in the paper, they had to see you face to face. And you could say, hey, man, what was this? You could step to them. And I'm sure you can find plenty of situations where the reporters and the players, there's that famous scene. I believe Bobby Bonilla was with the Mets. And that reporter said something to him. And he was like, what you gonna do, homeboy? Make your move, or like squaring up with the dude. And he looked like an idiot, but to the point, if somebody gonna write something bad about you, they had to come see you. They couldn't hide behind a Twitterverse or Facebook or Instagram. They couldn't hide behind that. You had to see them dudes face to face multiple times per week. I remember hearing a couple weeks ago, Ray Dinger talking about when him and Dick Vermeil got into it, because he was writing some stuff and Dick Vermeil didn't like it because, Ray Dinger was like y'all suck, and I got to write about it and I got to tell the truth. And Dick Vermeil didn't like it, so he tells a story. They had a very tense meeting, a very tense face to face, and they had to clear some things up. But the point is that whatever you write, you had to go in that locker room and you had to see them people face to face. Now, not so much. You got all these people writing stuff, and let me be honest with you, that's why. And now it's an old school mentality now. When I engage with people on social media, especially that's involved in my fan page, I will tell people I'm looking for people from other groups, and I will engage with you. Just as long as my little spiel is I keep it 100, but keep the toxic on the bench. I'll talk with you and keep it real, but I'm not trying to get no flame war with you. But that's social media, and Sha'Carri Richardson is just burying herself because you can see. Let me blow this up. The times: Fraser Price, Thompson Hurrah, and Sha'Carri Richardson. Those are the times that they run. Now, mind you, Sha'Carri Richardson's best time has been a 10.72. That's her personal best. And she ran at the Olympics 2 years ago. And so she hasn't been close to this time since. She in the 10.8s, 10.8. I think she ran a 10.81 the other day. And then after she ran that 10.81, she didn't even make the finals. That was, I believe, the first heat. She ran with the Spider-Woman suit on. And she won that race. And that was the end of it. So it's like you can't keep talking all that smack and then step on the track and you getting dusted. Because all you seeing is green and gold in front of you. Because them girls from Jamaica are not playing. And they got a new girl that's just busting everybody's butt. She just beat Price. Sharika Jackson, I believe her name is. But the point is they got another one that's going to be busting everybody up. So their relay team is going to be on point. So all this talking she's doing, she's not doing herself any favors. I really don't see her or Nike extending her contract because if you don't have that contract, you got to, or at least they would change it. She ain't winning nothing. She's just talking. But ain't no such thing as bad publicity. That's a fact. And she keep talking. And, if you want to be the villain, villains can get paid. That's facts. Villains can get paid. You see what they do with what's the name? Stephen A. Smith. All of the media heads. There's a couple media heads that Skip Bayless and like people just don't like them. But when you're a villain, everybody tunes in to see what you are going to do because everybody want to tune in to see you go up in flames. So villains can make a lot of money too. Thanks, Sean. Sharika Jackson. Jeremiah, I agree with you, man. But every era, whatever the next level of media hype, money, everything goes up. You still got to be able to handle it. And right now, she can't handle it. She operating with a college mentality, and she in the pro world, and it shows. And it's getting to the point because you look at some of the things that she's doing, and I wouldn't want my daughter following after her. Because more than any other sport, track and field, you want to be the role model because the only thing track and field can do is get you to the Olympics or get you an endorsement deal. There's no professional track and field league, so to speak, unless you go over and run independently and run in some of the meets in Europe. And then you make your money from your sponsorship. But if you're not winning, you're going to be over there running with them Scandinavian girls, and they look pretty on the YouTube videos, but they don't win nothing. They went over there, but when they step on the track with them girls from Jamaica and some of the people from the United States and all of that kind of stuff where the real athletes are, it don't happen. You be coming in 6th and 7th and, getting a participation trophy. That's what I was trying to say. Jeremiah, what are you talking about? Mayweather got broke off. What do you mean? I'm not following that. I'm assuming you're talking about Mayweather with the social media stuff. Mayweather um, was a boxer that couldn't nobody beat. So I'm not sure what your point is. You might have to expand on that a bit. But it's interesting, man. Julian Edelman, he started it. He started it. But we'll see what's going to happen with her. You saw Devin Allen finally lost. He came in third in the finals when was that about a week and a half ago? And I'm trying to see, do we have any more breaking news? I want sports. I don't see nothing. But oh, Miles. Um, Here's my Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is going to be in a very interesting situation. Do I think he's our best back? Yes, I still believe that. I still believe he's a home run threat. However, I do believe that Jalen Hurts is going to be a much better passer this year than last year. As a result, Miles Sanders' touches are going to drop. Oh, Mayweather. Okay, as the villain. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. He was talking about Mayweather being the villain. He is absolutely correct. Mayweather started getting paid when he became the villain because could nobody beat him. And when he started talking smack, everybody hated him and was waiting for somebody to knock him out. And the only person that knocked him down that got close, I believe it was Sugar Shane Mosley. I think Mosley put him on the floor, but still lost the fight. So you are correct. So what was I talking about? Miles Sanders. Um, Miles Sanders is going to have probably less touches. I don't want to say carries. I want to say touches because the way I believe this offense is going, it's going to be about touches because I still don't think they're going to just hand the ball off. I wish they would. I wish they would let Jalen get under center and hand the ball off with your tailback 7 yards deep, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to go back to doing a lot of gun and pistol. So it's going to be a lot of quick screens, handoffs out of gun, going east and west, and like short passes and short screens across the middle. And so it's going to be touches for Miles. And I believe Gainwell is going to be more involved this year. Again, for the reason I mentioned earlier, Gainwell is a better receiver than Sanders, in my opinion. So Gainwell would fit better with the passing attack. So he's another weapon that you can use as a hybrid. If you want to hand the ball off, if you got an audible, you can still give him the ball and he can make some things happen. And he's a good receiver. Zab Judah, thank you, Jeremiah. Yes, Zab Judah got him, but Zab Judah didn't beat him. So Miles Sanders, I want to see how they're going to use him because I know he can catch the ball. I just don't think he's a good receiver like Gainwell is. However, he doesn't necessarily have to be because I still think Jalen Hurts can get, if Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball, because last year, whenever he threw the ball more than 20, 25 times a game, we had trouble. Now this year, I think we're going to be averaging around 30 passes per game, right around there. We're going to be 25 to 30, 25 to 35. Good passing attacks. He's going to have about 35 attempts. which means the carries, the handoffs, not the carries, the handoffs. I do not want to count when Jalen Hurts scrambles. I don't want to count that run. I don't want to count RPOs. I hope we don't even run RPOs. But when Jalen Hurts hands the ball off to a running back, those touches are going to be down because we're going to have a bigger passing attack because school's out now. There's no reason Sirianni does not open up the playbook. I'm looking to see it all. No excuses. So if Jalen Hurts is still not throwing the ball well, is still not throwing with anticipation and throwing his receivers open, there's going to be a loud call to get him yanked. And as much as I'm pulling for Jalen Hurts, this is a production-based business, man. The problem is, if he gets yanked, I don't see the rookie coming in or Gardner Minshew doing much better. Gardner Minshew had a couple good games, and let Gardner Minshew go somewhere and start for a season to see what happens. Gardner Minshew is in the same spot like Nick Foles was. Nick Foles did his thing. He was in the right spot at the right time with the right coach in the right offense, and he made it happen. But when Nick Foles was in St. Louis and started for a year, Nick Foles has never finished a year as starter. He's either got benched or got hurt. He's never finished a football season as the starter. So people love Nick Foles, but as a starter, not so much. Not so much. So I'm very interested to see Dean and Davis and Epps and Tart. Yeah, Vince. That's exactly what I was leading into. All those guys on defense. Brandon Graham. I'm interested to see if Brandon Graham are they going to start him, or are they going to start Brandon Graham, or are they going to start Reddick at end, or are they going to use him as a linebacker? Because he's a hybrid. He can do either or. So that'll be interesting. So yes, you know how I feel. Our defense is going to be the muscle of our team this year. Our defense is going to lead the way. All Jalen has to do is put up 28 points. If he can put up 28 points a game, we're good. We're good. We're going to the playoffs. So we'll see what's going to happen, man. We got a lot of time left. I like that video I saw of Lane Johnson throwing up the world. He had like 405 on the bench, or it was probably more than that. I was like, that's impressive. You pushing a lot of weight there, bro. So a lot of stuff happening. The Sixers are not done. There'll probably be some more moves. So that's exciting. Everybody's waiting for the Eagles to start. I'm actually waiting for the Flyers to start because I want to see what John Tortorella is going to do with this team. And I want to see what the Phillies are going to do and how they're going to pick up the slack for Bryce Harper being out. And when is Bryce Harper going to come back? Is he going to come back before we make the playoffs? And if he does come back, is he going to be ready? Bat speed, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting. A lot of stuff happening, keeps happening. It is the gift that keeps on giving. I forgot to mention, I was just to throw this in there because I've been talking about it the last couple of weeks. I did tune in for the Live Golf today. I thought it was interesting. To me, it was just golf. It wouldn't have made a difference if it was the Live Tour or the PGA Tour. At the end of the day, there's a couple guys, Phil Mickelson, JT, Koepka, couple guys I recognized, but for the most part, most of the guys that were playing, I didn't know who they were, but which is the same way on the PGA Tour. you recognize the big names. Everybody else you don't really care about. The only reason you know them is because they show them on the leaderboard. That's it. I think the only thing to live golf needs to do two things. Number one, they need to stop talking so damn much. Stop with the back and forth with the tour. The tour is scrambling trying to figure out what they're going to do with you guys, not vice versa. So if y'all just, well, not y'all, if Greg Norman just shuts up and let the thing play out and then let them play golf, it'll take care of itself. Because they're going to get people to watch just to be interested. Because it's not like watching USFL or World League or XFL or something like that versus the NFL. It's not like a clear difference in talent. The talent in that live tour can win on the PGA tour. That's the great equalizer. It's not like a minor league thing. And I think if they just end up playing golf, I wouldn't mind seeing them do like 4 rounds like they do against the PGA tour and just play golf. That was my criticism of Vince McMahon's XFL. He was paying good money. Guys wanted to play. And you were getting a legitimate look from NFL teams. If Vince McMahon would have just played football, the minute he started putting his little crazy rules and doing the WWF halftime stuff, people got disinterested. If he'd have just played football, he'd have been fine. And you can bet on it. So as long as the Live Tour just plays golf, they keep it simple, they'll be fine. And all them people pointing fingers and calling names and stuff like that, okay. Because let me tell you something. Let them write me $100 million check. And see, don't I rethink some things. So them people are hypocrites over there. It's easy to say that when you done won a couple tournaments and you done got your paper. But now you're going to ridicule the people that's trying to get theirs? Nah. Y'all need to stop complaining and do what you got to do to catch up because they moving. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna watch them. It is because at the end of the day, it's just golf. They're not doing anything different. So, but let me get out of here, man. Appreciate you jumping on with me. I would expect that we're gonna have some more stuff to talk about next week because Daryl Morey is making moves, man. So, happy 4th to everybody. Back at you, Sean. I appreciate you, man. Sean, I got to get you on the show, dude. We're gonna make that happen, bro. Because I know you got a lot of stories, man. So, thanks for coming in. Smash the like, send it to somebody. Tell somebody about my Facebook fan page. We are steadily growing. I'm up to 522 now, and I remember when I was up to like 150. So we are growing. Let's grow together, man. So you guys have a good weekend. Be safe, and I will see you next week. Peace.